welcome to our Patreon, guys. Thank you so much for becoming a Patreon member. And tonight for Balcony Sessions, I think we're on episode 16. It's been so much fun, but we have Patrick Mureithi tonight.
Yes, thank you.
Go ahead.
I want to play a song called Brother Blue. Brother Blue, won't you lend me your ear? Said my brother Blue, won't you lend me your? 'Cause there's something that ain't going right over here. Take my sorrow, take my pain, and I turn it into war. Take my sorrow, take my pain, and I turn it into war. Well, this doesn't have to happen anymore. Brother Blue, as you lend me your ear. Know that love is a weapon, as you lend me your. And that weapon, it will prosper. And that weapon, it will prosper. And that weapon, it will prosper over fear. Thank you. All right, this next one is called Descend. by cloud from that prison descent. Shroud and to that river we'll go.
Nice.
Thank you.
Well, that is, I love your music. It is.
Thank you.
I can't say it enough. It's great. Okay, so let me find. Where's the question? Okay. What are 3 words you would use to describe yourself?
Myself?
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the time of day. I don't know.
Okay, so morning. What? Then the
Morning,
afternoon and the evening.
cranky, moody, curmudgeon. 3 words to describe myself.
Yeah.
Let's see. Introverted. Reflective, I guess. And I don't know. I don't know. What are 3 words you'd use to describe me? How about you tell the
What would
person?
I say?
Yeah.
3
Teach me about
words.
myself.
Okay. Intriguing. I would have to say intriguing. Mysterious. I see you as like a light, a being a light, just bringing joy to people.
Oh, thank you.
So whatever word that would be.
Yeah.
That would be what I would think.
I'll take it.
Okay.
I've certainly brought my share of dark too. We contain multitudes.
We all do.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah, when those people I don't know you in that way. This is what I see from the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, being human, we have all.
Being human.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Where did my next question go? What is one thing you've always wanted to do but haven't, and why not?
One thing I've always wanted to do but haven't. Learn how to play the banjo.
Why haven't you?
I don't know. Focus, maybe a bit of ADHD, distraction type of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, we live in the age of information, but it's also the age of distraction.
That's right.
Yeah, but just recently, Tom Parker. I don't know if you know Tom Parker. Yeah, he's a former Drury art professor, but he plays the banjo. And he offered to teach me banjo, and he was like, "In 2 hours, you'll know almost everything you need to know." Yeah. So I'm gonna give, and he told me he'd loan me a banjo too.
Well, yeah. I think the universe
that
is
answers
telling you.
Exactly. Yeah. So there you go. Yes, but yeah, to play the banjo would be one thing I'd really like to do. Yeah.
I like that. Okay, musical question. What is something that you feel like you struggle with that you're trying to overcome?
Musically?
Mm-hmm. Musically.
Practice, discipline to practice. For some reason, sometimes I just find I don't take the time to practice. Procrastination. Sometimes maybe it's also perfectionism. Fear of what will show up when I do practice. Like this isn't where I was. But then, that perfectionism, even if wherever I was that I'm comparing where I currently am to, I was not satisfied with that too. And it's like people are not looking for perfection, they're looking for connection. So I remind myself that, but practice. And sometimes it could be the fear of failure, sometimes it could be the fear of success.
So how are you overcoming it?
Well, I have a couple of people I talk to about it. One is Will Childs, a musician, a really wonderful musician and human being, good friend of mine. And, I think most musicians have this struggle or challenge. And he relates, So we talk about it and, commit to being better at it and commit to doing it. And, just a few days ago I ran into him at Mama Jean's and he was talking about making his schedule a week out in advance. And I was like, oh yeah, and then maybe even in the schedule, like when I do it, I should block off time for music. Like, this is music time. I think part of it too is the childhood conditioning that like you have to be productive. You have to be productive doing stuff. And if you're just sitting there with your instrument, you're not being productive. Get back to doing whatever's busy work. And then when you have time, maybe you'll do this music thing. I think that conditioning there is there too. I didn't realize that till now.
Yeah. It's interesting when you get older and all that past stuff.
All the past stuff shows up, yeah. And sometimes sideswipes you.
Right.
But as long as we can learn from it. But yeah, so this last night and this morning, I committed to practicing a little bit for today, And what I did that seemed to help was there was a podcast that I really wanted to listen to this morning, and I decided, you know what? I mean, I want to play. I don't need to. I want to before I go off into the day. And so what I did was I put my earbuds plugged them into the phone and had one earbud, and the phone was right there. I was listening to the podcast with one ear, and I was practicing with the other. Like, not with the other, listening to guitar, but practicing. I was playing my guitar. I think you remember last time when I was here, the two songs that I tried to play, and I kept on kind of fumbling a little bit. And part of it was sitting on a couch that was different, you know. But I worked on those things, you know, and I tried to focus on the difficult parts, kind of transitions into songs or movements or little, instead of trying to play from beginning to end. You know, it's like, okay, I know in this part I need to really kind of fine tune it, because if I just give it a little bit of time, you know, and just repeat it a few times, then it gets into muscle memory, and it's very quickly how, you know, the brain synapses fire and the neural pathways start forming, you know, and then becomes muscle memory. So I did it this morning, and I think that's what I'm going to start doing, is instead of trying to devote to, okay, I'm going to sit down and practice, because it's just like if someone is a writer, writing is one of the best ways to clean your house or apartment. Because you're going to sit down to write, and then you think, you know what, let me go do the dishes first. You know what, let me vacuum.
Oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can relate to, yes. Yeah, exactly. So, same with playing at the instrument and art, you know. So listening to the podcast, then it's like I had the benefit of, you know, hearing these insights and appreciating it, while at the same time just doing this, and it was almost like I wasn't doing it with so much concentration, but that's okay. I was doing it with repetition, and that's what mattered, to get the grooves down, you know, because it was practicing stuff I already knew. But there's also times when, you know, like I know, okay, I want to get back. I'm feeling in a low mood or whatever. I'm kind of falling into a funk. I want to get back into journaling, or I need to walk. I haven't been walking for a while, or blah blah. But I can't bring myself to do it. And so I'll call a friend and I'll ask them to hold me accountable. That for the next week, I'm going to sit and journal for 5 minutes, or sit and just breathe for 5 minutes, whatever, you know, a day, just 5 minutes. And if I don't do it, I'll give you $1, $2, whatever. And then I do it, and then once I do it, it builds momentum, and then I just carry on doing it, right? But sometimes it's when you go from not doing it to starting it is where it's like the longest chasm to jump across, it feels like, you know. And I think it's the same with practicing the instrument, because sometimes I find it hard to do it for various reasons. But when I get into it, then I'll just be like, oh shit, you know, 2 hours have passed by. I thought it was 15 minutes, you know. Yeah. I'll come back. So yeah. I think that answers the question.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us about your next song?
Okay. So this song is called Heaven, West Virginia. And I had the ukulele in the car. I had just come downstairs from a courthouse in St. Louis, Missouri, for my first divorce proceeding. Yeah. And I was sitting in the parking lot just kind of processing what had happened. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Like, I thought there were going to be attack dogs waiting for me, attack dog lawyer type of things. But they were quite pleasant. Anyway, I sat down in the car, and I was just kind of reflecting on what happened, and I picked up the ukulele, and I was just finger picking, just fooling around with it, and that's what I came up with. And I was reflecting on, like, even what led to the divorce. Like, you know, it didn't just happen by itself. You know, we both came from unhealthy examples of what marriage looks like, so I was thinking on that. But I remember I had this feeling of, like, I just want to get away. I want to escape, you know. And I had gone to West Virginia few months, the year prior. This was when I was playing music. I had gone to play at a yoga festival in West Virginia, but I drove there. It was 2 days, 17 hours. But when I got to West Virginia, I remember, you know that song by John Denver, Country Roads, Almost Heaven, West Virginia? There's actually a place called Almost Heaven in West Virginia. And he says Mountain Mama because there's mountains everywhere you look. I mean, it's such a beautiful place. So, and when I was there, I got to stay in the cabin of someone I met at the festival. And it was at the highest elevation point in that area, and there was a river that ran behind it that they called the Mother of Rivers because it fed all the other bodies of water in the area. And the following day, before they told me I could take a shower or whatever, but instead I snuck off deeper into the woods and I took a bath in the river, in the cold river, which was amazing. And so, so I was sitting in the car, just reflecting on that, and wrote the song.
What'd you say it was called again?
Heaven, West Virginia. Gonna move to heaven, West Virginia. Plant a garden, watch it grow. Gonna bathe myself in the mother of rivers. Ease my body, gonna free my soul. Gonna love myself in my weaker moments. Kind of love that gives the strength I need. And now we shout it from the hills and mountains. Hallelujah. Have I been redeemed? Gonna call my father, tell him I love him. Thank you for the life you gave to the one who looks just like you and just like you is in need of grace. So I'm off to heaven, West Virginia. Plant a garden, watch it grow. Gonna bathe myself in the mother of rivers. Ease my body, gonna free my soul. Ease my body, baby, gonna free my soul. Ease my body, baby, gonna free my. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. All right, song number 2. The song is called Riverbed. And it was inspired by my first 2-day float trip on the 11-Point River.
It's a beautiful river.
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
With my buddy Mark. So here we go, Riverbed.
to reach and save me, but the hand that loves eternally. Find me in the morning, awaiting for you to say, I am but an empty earthen vessel. Keep me to your guidance, Lord, I pray. Yes, the admonition is to listen, though the summer fears turn to snow. Trust me, my child, my precious darling, we are never ever alone. All is fine for me even into morning. Don't make tribulation come your way. In the hills is where you find your power. Among the trees and riverbed, I say, all is fine for me even into morning. Don't make tribulation come your way. In the hills is where you find your power. Among the trees and riverbed, I say. Thank you.
Let's get back on Paragon. Okay. So, I want to talk about your adventure that you're going on with your personal growth. But that's the question. What
Okay.
does personal growth mean to you? So what you're doing right now, you're getting into counseling. You want to be a counselor. So what does that mean to you? What does personal? How important is it for us to all, do the work to get to where we should be?
That's our primary purpose. I do want to become a counselor. I want to be there for people going through divorce, especially men. There's not a lot of support that men get going through divorce. No, not a lot at all.
That's sad.
Yeah, it is. And in Greene County, the rate of suicide for men is 60% higher than the national average.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Men are dying for want of community. And I remember when I was going through a divorce, I remember going to a church just to see if I could find some kind of support, And I looked at the list of Sunday schools. There was like single mothers, women of divorce, blah, 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 blah. And I remember asking one of the church members, like, is there anything for men, especially men going through divorce? And they looked at me like I was crazy, And they're like, no, yeah, it's like we're just supposed to figure it out, So to be there for men going through that, but for people who have gone through psychiatric abuse too, because that happens a lot in a lot of our local hospitals and psych units. People in distress that show up are actually abused even further. They're force medicated. They're tied down in 4-point holds. They are sometimes physically abused. They're not given access to. They're not given therapists. They're just like pumped drugs, held indefinitely. They lose their jobs, they lose their homes, and then they're kicked out with their minds riddled by these very powerful drugs. So it's a small wonder that the rate of suicide post-psychiatric hold is over 200 times the national average.
Oh
like
my gosh.
200%.
Know that.
No, 200%. 200 times. That's 20,000%. Yeah,
Wow.
exactly. It's exceedingly high. A lot of the hospitals and psych units are actually contributing to the high rates of suicide in their communities, and people don't realize that.
Oh my
and I know this from personal experience
Yeah.
because in 2018 I was dealing with a really rough time and self-medicated and ended up with police taking me to Mercy, and they tied me in a 4-point hold and they injected me full of meds for 7 hours, and then they let me go with no transportation, no meal, no follow-up.
Here you go.
Yeah, exactly. It was
Good luck.
just the beginning of a lot of confusion, social anxiety. I lost my home. It was like 4 years of homelessness. But 2 years later, I actually realized it was abuse from a conversation I had with someone in Kansas City, and I challenged the Mercy Hospital on Twitter, and they eventually put me in touch with the director of patient relations who invited me to Springfield. And I met with her, told her what happened. She couldn't believe it. She was shocked, and she documented everything, handed the information over to the higher ups. I was still homeless then, so I didn't follow up. But when I came back to Springfield about a year later, met with her, and Mercy has made it mandatory for all staff at the Marian Center and Emergency Room to attend annual nonviolence and de-escalation training. They've done away with 4-point holds. They don't force
And that was
medication.
because of
Right.
Well,
They don't force medication on the patients.
Wow.
And that's why I have the open invitation to the Marian Center.
Yeah.
And every time I go there, I ask them how they're doing, how they've been treated, and they always say they treat us respectfully. You know, people that have been to other hospitals say this is the best place I've been at. So Mercy can be an example for all hospitals in the US and around the world, because all they have to do is tweak their policy a little bit so people who come in distressed don't have to leave worse than when they came in. You know?
Oh my gosh.
So that's my primary aim, and I'm using music, film, and speaking to shine a light on that. But I want to get a counseling degree to help people who are dealing with that homelessness, psychiatric abuse, divorce.
that's
stuff like that.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. Did you ever think that you would ever do
No.
this in your life?
Not particularly. No, I had other dreams, you know, but like John Lennon says, life is what happens when you're busy making plans.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite quotes says, cling to the fact that in God's hands, your dark past is the greatest possession you have, the key to averting death and misery for others. So it's because of going through those experiences that I did that I realized, like, that's what my passion is now. You know, I don't want people to go through what I endured and what countless of people have endured and what countless people are enduring to this day. Like right now, there are people going through that type of nonsense. So it doesn't have to be the case, you know? So your mess becomes your message.
Yeah, that's a good statement right there. I like that. You should make a bumper sticker.
I've had I've had that before, like your test becomes your testimony. But yeah, it would make a nice bumper sticker.
Yeah, all right.
For $1.99.
For $1.99. So how do you usually deal with challenges that come your way?
Well, I have a therapist.
Therapy is good.
Therapy is
we
good.
all should have therapists.
Right. Ideally, therapists that are also seeing therapists.
Yeah.
Right. So I have that. I have a support system. You know, like I told you, I went through homelessness. I went through a lot of very difficult experiences where people that I thought were friends for life disappeared on me.
Yeah.
But crisis reveals your friends, because there were people that were still there, and those are the people that I build with now.
Absolutely.
And that's probably why you don't see me around a lot, because I spend time with those people and just enjoy time in solitude. But how do I deal with stuff? I talk with people that I know love me and I love them. Talk to my therapist. I journal. I exercise. I write songs about it. A lot of these songs have been therapeutic songs. And I try to take things one day at a time. You know, just be present. You know, because whatever I'm going through is unique to me, but it's not unique to humanity.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I like your videos that you make. You know,
Oh,
when you're talking about just kind of encouraging words of advice.
The ones on TikTok?
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
really like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it touches a lot of people, and you never know what
Exactly.
people are going through.
You never know.
But if you have a word of knowledge to share, it shouldn't just be stuck in your head. You should be sharing it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it for me back then. I remember like I used to look on YouTube, I'd look on online just to find people that were talking to me where I was when I was at my lowest point, and I never found anyone. I found people talking at me but not to me,
Right.
or selling something.
So you wanted to fill that void.
I wanted to speak to me then.
Yes.
So the person who's suffering can see and realize that this is someone who's been through something similar, maybe or not, but here they are talking to the heart of the matter.
Right.
And for those that get it, and those that don't, it's okay. It's not for them.
I love it. So, musical question now. What instruments? That's something that people always ask me to ask is your instruments. What instruments do you have, and what brands, and why did you pick those brands?
Oh, the brands pick me.
The brand, yes.
Yeah, no, so like this is my slide guitar. I've had this guitar for 23 years. I got it at a Gold's pawn shop. Now it's a vape store. All the pawn shops are gone. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, in Springfield, tried to find a pawn shop. They don't exist anymore.
Well, what about the one on what is that? Sunshine and
yeah,
Campbell?
that one's going.
It's going.
Go inside, you'll see how bare it is.
It's bare.
It's on the way out. Because of marketplace and all these things. But I found this there, and it was $100. And it's an Alvarez. And when the guy told me 100, I was like, take all my money. And then I later added a pickup to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's that. And this is a Fender. It's a parlor guitar, smaller size guitar, because I had issues with keeping rhythm on my arm for 10 years actually. Yeah, from 2005 to 2015, I couldn't play guitar. Like for more than 2-3 minutes because my whole arm would go numb. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. But when I was able to play again, because doctors told me I'm not going to be able to play again. But I met someone. Yeah, they don't. A lot of them have no idea what they're saying.
No.
I met a guy who showed me, certain nerve flossing exercises, certain movements to strengthen the muscles that were left, and I was able to play again. So I got a parlor guitar, and instead of playing sitting, now I play standing, because when I play sitting, it compresses the nerve that would cause the numbness. So the parlor guitar is a smaller size guitar, and so it's easier to play like that. And then a ukulele, because I like nylon string. I wanted a small guitar, a small instrument I could travel with that was guitar-like. And the ukulele, I think. It's just convenient.
It is. You can take it anywhere.
Exactly. Yes, and make sounds with it.
Yeah.
So
you just carry with you.
So I got this, and this one, both the Fender parlor guitar and the ukulele I got from Springfield Music, which is now Arnie Williamson Music. My friend Mitch Brashears, who used to work there, hooked me up with both of them. So I wasn't particularly looking for any kind of brand. Just something that sounded decent.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't matter if it's a Fender or whatever.
No.
If it sounds right to the ear, then that's the best.
Correct.
If you could find it for $100.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a good guitar. Still serving me well.
Awesome.
Yeah, this song is called "What Don't Belong." What don't belong. above the attitude that take away my gratitude or mercy. Show the way through. Standing at the side of the road. Oh, what a heavy load we carry. When you think it's only you, don't you carry what don't belong. Ain't nobody said it would be easy, but without the journey, where would we be? Ain't nobody said there won't be challenges. Within it is the key to help you manage it. Seeing you at the side of the road. Oh, let me ease that load. It's easy when I do it with you. Let's not carry what don't belong. That is filled with gold. Be easy and find your way through. Don't you carry what don't belong. Let's not carry what don't belong. Yes, we take a look at all of our resentments. They don't belong. And all of the confusion and unforgiveness. It don't belong. Yes, you just shake it off and keep moving on. Because you breathe the breath of humanity. Yes, child, you do belong. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. This one's called By and By. And I hear saxophone in it, but I whistle instead.
So on your recording, it will be a saxophone.
There will be a saxophone, yes. All we to do? Pray love will see us through. Even though right here we stand, still it feels like distant lands. One becoming two. Take my love with you. Hold on, my darling. Hold on tonight. Sun will be rising by and by. Call across the ocean blue. Darling, I've been missing you. Nothing left to do. Send my love to you. Even though right here we stand, even though we sacrificed, still we watch our day turn night. What am I to do but send my love to you? Hold on, my darling. Hold on tonight. Sun will be rising by and by. Hold on, my darling. Reach for the light. Sun will be rising by and by and by, by and by. Thank you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
So, what do you want to? What do you hope to leave the show? You know, like for people to remember you by
When I play a show,
when you play a show.
how did you feel?
I felt rejuvenated.
That's what I want.
That's what you want. Okay, yeah. And do you have any advice that you could give up and coming musicians?
Play what you feel. Don't play what other people are playing, thinking that that's the trend to follow. Don't follow trends. Play what you're feeling, you know. Play what you're excited about, because you'll find other people that are excited about it too. People are not looking for perfection, they're looking for connection. So connect to yourself, be honest with yourself about what you're feeling, what's going on in your life, and that way your music and your art can be more honest. And find other people to connect with. You know, loneliness is a major problem, and especially for men. You know, but there's so countless problems I could have avoided if I had other men to talk to when I was young, especially older men. You know, and there's a lot of older men that have a lifetime of experience that are totally open to sharing with you, and they're there. Just pay attention, look around you. you'll find them. Trust takes time, so just take time to get to know them. Have some coffee every now and then, hang out. But we all need the counsel of other men, other people, of community. So do that, and all will be well.
I love it. Well, thank you, Patrick, again. And they could find you on what platforms again?
Well, if you go to my website, patrickmureithi.com, PatrickMureithi.com, all the socials are on there, but there's also a newsletter you can sign up for. I actually have monthly gatherings called Where Do We Go From Here? It's basically to deal with this epidemic of loneliness. It's a potluck, people come together. It changes every month because it's new. It's like I'm going to have my fourth one on November 9th at the third place, which is on Commercial Street, just 2 doors down from Moon City Pub. It's just people to kind of get together, get to know each other, socialize a little bit, build bonds, build friendships, and it's awesome to see people coming in as strangers and leaving as friends just because they had a nice bonding experience. Yeah, we're all hungry for that.
Yeah.
All of us, we just don't admit it. It's not like a child can in a playground can go start playing with another child and be like, hey, you want to be friends? Maybe adults should start doing that too.
Yeah,
we try to be too cool about it when we are literally dying of loneliness.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're doing that work. That's beautiful. That's perfect for you. And thank you again for being a guest.
What a beautiful time. Beautiful weather,
so
beautiful everything. Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Yes.
And again, guys, thank you for becoming a Patreon member. It helps us keep bringing you what we bring you and highlighting these wonderful musicians and what they're doing around the community. So until next time, make sure to stay safe.